Welcome to your comprehensive guide to mastering phrasal verbs, one of the most challenging yet essential aspects of achieving advanced English fluency. If you've ever wondered why native English speakers sound so natural and fluent, the secret often lies in their effortless use of phrasal verbs. These combinations of verbs with prepositions or adverbs create meanings that go far beyond their individual components, making them both fascinating and frustrating for English learners. Phrasal verbs are the backbone of conversational English. They appear in everything from casual conversations with friends to professional meetings, from social media posts to television shows. Without a solid understanding of phrasal verbs, your English might sound technically correct, but lack the natural flow that characterizes native-like fluency. In this comprehensive guide, we'll explore over 100 essential phrasal verbs organized by daily life situations. Each phrasal verb comes with clear explanations, multiple example sentences, and practical usage tips that will help you incorporate them naturally into your daily conversations. Whether you're preparing for advanced English proficiency exams, looking to improve your conversational skills, or simply want to sound more like a native speaker, this guide will serve as your roadmap to phrasal verb mastery. Chapter 1. Morning Routine and Getting Ready. Wake up or get up. The day begins with these fundamental phrasal verbs. Wake up refers to the transition from sleep to consciousness, while get up means to rise from bed or a seated position. Examples: I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning, but I don't get up until 6:30. The alarm clock woke me up, but I decided to get up slowly. She woke up feeling refreshed after a good night's sleep. Turn on or turn off. Essential for managing all the devices and appliances in your morning routine. Don't forget to turn on the coffee maker when you get up. Please turn off the lights before you leave the bedroom. I always turn on the news while getting ready for work. Put on or take off. These phrasal verbs are crucial for describing the act of dressing and undressing. Examples: I need to put on my jacket, it's cold outside. Take off your shoes before entering the house. She put on her makeup carefully before the important meeting. Brush up on. This means to review or improve knowledge or skills you haven't used recently. Examples: I need to brush up on my presentation skills before the conference. He's brushing up on his Spanish before his trip to Mexico. Let me brush up on the latest company policies. Chapter 2. Work and Professional Communication. Show up or turn up. Both mean to arrive or appear somewhere, with show up being more common in American English. Examples: I hope everyone shows up to the meeting on time. He didn't show up for work yesterday without calling. Unexpected opportunities often show up when you least expect them. Follow up. This means to pursue something further or to check on progress. Examples: I'll follow up with the client about their feedback. Don't forget to follow up on that job application. She followed up her presentation with detailed documentation. Bring up. To mention or introduce a topic in conversation. Examples: I don't want to bring up the budget issues during lunch. He brought up some interesting points during the discussion. When should we bring up the topic of salary increases? Workout. This can mean to exercise, to solve a problem, or to develop successfully. Examples: I work out at the gym 3 times a week. We need to work out the details of this contract. Everything worked out perfectly in the end. Call off or put off. Call off means to cancel, while put off means to postpone or delay. Examples: We had to call off the outdoor event due to rain. Don't put off important decisions. Deal with them now. The meeting was called off at the last minute. Carry out or carry on. Carry out means to execute or perform a task, while carry on means to continue. Examples: The team will carry out the project according to schedule. Despite the interruption, we decided to carry on with the meeting. She carried out her duties with great professionalism. Chapter 3. Social interactions and relationships. Get along or get on. Both mean to have a good relationship with someone, with get on being more British. Examples. I get along really well with my new roommate. How do you get on with your colleagues at work? They've always gotten along despite their differences. Hang out. To spend time together in a casual, relaxed way. Examples. Do you want to hang out this weekend? I love hanging out at coffee shops with friends. We used to hang out all the time in college. Catch up. To bring someone up to date with recent events or to meet after a long time. Examples. Let's grab coffee and catch up on everything. I need to catch up on the latest news. We caught up with old friends at the reunion. Fallout. To have an argument or disagreement that damages a relationship. Examples. They fell out over money issues and haven't spoken since. I don't want to fall out with my neighbors over this. Sometimes friends fall out, but later make up. Make up. To reconcile after an argument or to compensate for something. Examples. They had a big fight, but made up the next day. I need to make up for missing her birthday party. Let's not fight anymore. Let's make up. Stand up. To fail to appear for a date or appointment, leaving someone waiting. Examples. I can't believe he stood me up on our first date. Don't stand up your friends. Always call if you can't make it. She felt terrible about standing up her study partner. Chapter 4. Shopping and daily errands. Pick up. This versatile phrasal verb can mean to collect something, to buy something, or to learn something casually. Examples. I need to pick up groceries on my way home. Can you pick up my dry cleaning for me? He picked up Spanish just by living in Mexico for a year. Try on. To put on clothing to see if it fits or looks good. Examples. I always try on shoes before buying them. She tried on several dresses before choosing one. You should try on that jacket. It would look great on you. Look for. Or look around. Look for means to search for something specific, while look around means to browse or explore. Examples. I'm looking for a birthday gift for my sister. Let's look around the store and see what they have. He's been looking for a new apartment for months. Run out of. To have no more of something, to exhaust your supply. Examples. We've run out of coffee. Can you buy some? I hope we don't run out of time to finish this project. The store ran out of that popular item quickly. Stock up. To buy a large quantity of something to have for future use. Examples. I like to stock up on non-perishable items when they're on sale. We should stock up on supplies before the busy season. She stocked up on books for her summer vacation. Chapter 5. Transportation and travel. Get on, get off. Used with public transportation to describe boarding and leaving. For example, I get on the bus at Main Street and get off downtown. Make sure you get off at the right subway station. Passengers should get on at the rear door. Drop off, pick up. Drop off means to leave someone or something at a location, while pick up means to collect. For example, can you drop me off at the airport? I'll pick you up at 7 p.m. for dinner. She dropped off the documents at the office. Break down. When a vehicle or machine stops working properly. For example, my car broke down on the highway yesterday. The elevator broke down, so we had to take the stairs. I hope the air conditioning doesn't break down in this heat. Fill up. To completely fill something, especially with fuel. For example, I need to fill up the gas tank before our road trip. The restaurant filled up quickly during lunch hour. Please fill up the water bottle before we leave. Set off or set out both mean to begin a journey with a slightly different connotation. For example, we set off early to avoid traffic. They set out on their adventure with great enthusiasm. What time should we set off for the airport? Chapter 7. Technology and Communication. Log in, log out. To access or exit a computer system or online account. For example, I can't log into my email account. Don't forget to log out when you're finished. Please log in with your username and password. Backup. To create copies of important data for safety. For example, I always back up my important files. The computer crashed, but fortunately, I had backed up everything. You should back up your photos to the cloud. Sign up. To register for something or join a service. For example, I want to sign up for that online course. She signed up for the gym membership last week. How do I sign up for email notifications? Look up. To search for information, especially online or in a reference book. For example, I need to look up the definition of that word. Let me look up the restaurant's address online. He looked up his old classmates on social media. Shut down or start up. To turn off or turn on a computer system. For example, please shut down your computer before leaving. The system takes a few minutes to start up. Or, I accidentally shut down the program without saving. Chapter 8. Health and Wellness. Workout. To exercise or do physical training. Examples. I work out at the gym 5 days a week. She worked out with a personal trainer to improve her fitness. What time do you usually work out? Come down with. To become ill with something, usually something minor. Examples. I think I'm coming down with a cold. He came down with the flu right before his vacation. Several students came down with food poisoning. Get over. To recover from an illness or overcome a difficult situation. Examples. It took me 2 weeks to get over that terrible cold. She's finally getting over her fear of public speaking. I can't get over how much you've improved. Check up. To have a medical examination or to verify something. Examples. I have a checkup with my doctor next week. The nurse will check up on you every few hours. I should check up on my elderly neighbor more often. Chapter 9. Food and Dining. Eat out. To have a meal at a restaurant rather than at home. Examples. Let's eat out tonight instead of cooking. How often do you eat out during the week? We rarely eat out because we prefer home cooking. Order in. To have food delivered to your home from a restaurant. Examples. I'm too tired to cook. Let's order in pizza. We decided to order in Chinese food for dinner. Many people order in more frequently now. Cut down on. To reduce the amount of something, especially food or habits. Examples. I'm trying to cut down on sugar in my diet. The doctor told him to cut down on caffeine. We need to cut down on our spending this month. Use up. To consume all of something completely. Examples. We used up all the milk. Can you buy more? Don't let the vegetables go bad. Let's use them up tonight. I want to use up these leftovers before they spoil. Chapter 10. Advanced Phrasal Verbs for Fluent Communication. Come across. To find something unexpectedly or to give a particular impression. Examples. I came across this interesting article while researching. She comes across as very confident in meetings. Have you come across any good books lately? Put up with. To tolerate or endure something unpleasant. Examples. I can't put up with this noise any longer. She puts up with a lot of stress in her job. How do you put up with such long commutes? Look forward to. To anticipate something with pleasure. Examples. I'm looking forward to the weekend. We're all looking forward to your visit. She's been looking forward to this vacation for months. Run into. To meet someone unexpectedly or to encounter a problem. Examples. I ran into my old teacher at the supermarket. We ran into some technical difficulties with the project. You never know who you might run into in this city. Figure out. To understand or solve something through thinking. Examples. I can't figure out how to use this new software. She finally figured out why her car wasn't starting. Can you help me figure out this math problem? Keep up with. To stay current with something or to match someone's pace. Examples. It's hard to keep up with all the latest technology. I try to keep up with my friends who live far away. Can you slow down? I can't keep up with you. Practical usage tips and common mistakes. Understanding separable versus inseparable phrasal verbs. One of the most challenging aspects of phrasal verbs is understanding which ones can be separated and which ones cannot. Separable phrasal verbs allow the object to come between the verb and the particle, while inseparable ones require the object to follow the complete phrasal verb. Separable examples. Turn on the light or turn the light on. Pick up your clothes or pick your clothes up. Put on your jacket or put your jacket on. Inseparable examples. Look after the children. Run into problems. Get along with everyone. Pronoun placement rules. When using pronouns with separable phrasal verbs, the pronoun must go between the verb and the particle. Turn it on, not turn on it. Pick them up, not pick up them. Put it on, not put on it. Context and register awareness. Different phrasal verbs are appropriate for different situations. Some are very casual and should be avoided in formal writing or professional settings, while others are perfectly acceptable in all contexts. Casual, informal. Hang out, mess around, goof off, pig out. Professional, neutral. Follow up, carry out, bring up, work out. Formal alternatives. Instead of put off, use postpone. Instead of call off, use cancel. Instead of bring up, use mention or raise. Memory techniques and learning strategies. Grouping by theme. Organize phrasal verbs by topic, work, home, travel, to create mental associations that make them easier to remember and use appropriately. Visual association. Create mental images that connect the literal meaning of the individual words with the actual meaning of the phrasal verb. For example, break down can be visualized as something literally breaking and falling down. Regular practice in context. Use new phrasal verbs in sentences that relate to your daily life. This personal connection makes them more memorable and helps you internalize their usage patterns. Error analysis. Keep track of the phrasal verbs you use incorrectly and review them regularly. Common errors include wrong prepositions, incorrect separability, and inappropriate register. Cultural context and regional variations. Understanding phrasal verbs also means understanding their cultural context. Many phrasal verbs are deeply embedded in English-speaking cultures and carry connotations that might not be immediately apparent to non-native speakers. American versus British variations can be significant. Americans fill up their cars, Britons fill up with petrol. Americans call someone up, Britons might ring someone up. Americans turn in for the night, Britons might turn in. Advanced applications and idiomatic usage. As you advance in your English fluency, you'll encounter phrasal verbs used in idiomatic expressions that require cultural knowledge. Put up or shut up. Either take action or stop complaining. Shape up or ship out. Improve your behavior or leave. Cut it out. Stop that behavior. These expressions demonstrate how phrasal verbs can become integral parts of larger idiomatic structures that characterize native-like fluency. Conclusion: your journey to phrasal verb mastery. Mastering phrasal verbs isn't just about memorizing combinations of words. It's about understanding the heart of natural English communication. These versatile linguistic tools allow native speakers to express complex ideas with economy and precision, while maintaining the conversational flow that makes English such a dynamic language. The phrasal verbs presented in this guide represent the foundation you need for daily conversation, but they're just the beginning. English contains thousands of phrasal verbs, and new ones continue to emerge, especially in digital communication and social media contexts. Your journey to advanced fluency involves several key principles: consistent practice in realistic contexts, attention to the subtle differences in meaning and register, and patience with the learning process. Remember that even advanced non-native speakers sometimes struggle with phrasal verbs, so don't be discouraged if progress feels slow at times. The most important advice is to start using these phrasal verbs actively in your daily communication. Begin with the ones most relevant to your life and gradually expand your repertoire. Pay attention to how native speakers use them in movies, podcasts, and conversations. Notice the context, the intonation, and the cultural situations where different phrasal verbs appear. As you continue developing your English skills, remember that phrasal verbs are not just vocabulary items to be memorized, they're windows into the way English speakers think and communicate. They reflect the practical, direct nature of much English communication, where complex ideas are often expressed through simple, concrete language. With dedication, practice, and the comprehensive foundation provided in this guide, you'll find yourself using phrasal verbs naturally and confidently, bringing your English communication closer to native-like fluency. The investment you make in mastering these essential elements of English will pay dividends in every aspect of your language use, from casual conversations with friends to professional presentations and beyond. Keep practicing, stay curious about new phrasal verbs you encounter, and most importantly, don't be afraid to make mistakes as you incorporate these powerful tools into your English communication toolkit. Your journey to advanced fluency is well underway, and phrasal verbs are your companions on this exciting linguistic adventure.